I welcome you to LearnwithJoes, an Academy of Knowledge Economy, and I welcome you to the new month of October. With heart full of gratitude to God and all my viewers, I thank you for continuous embracing me by watching my videos. If you are new and you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. And if you are subscribed, you've not put on your notification, kindly do that. More importantly, I want you to share my videos. This is a Tuesday, and it's time for my core teaching. I started on science and religion. But today, I'll be teaching or starting in parts, because it's going to be in part 2, part 1 of naturalism and science. Naturalism and science. That's what I'm going to start today. And I want us all to focus and listen for those who are interested in science or naturalism or even religion. This is part 1 of naturalism and science. In the philosophical sense, naturalism is a worldview that asserts that the natural world governed by natural laws and principles is all that exists. It typically rejects the existence of supernatural entities or divine beings and emphasizes empirical evidence and scientific methods as the basis for understanding reality. What am I saying? Naturalism in science provides a systematic and coherent framework for understanding the natural world and advancing human knowledge. It promotes using critical thinking, empirical evidence, and the scientific method to explore and explain phenomena, fostering progress and innovation in various scientific disciplines. Naturalism provides a foundational framework for scientific inquiry, guiding the scientific community in pursuing knowledge about the natural world. It encourages a systematic, evidence-based approach that has led to numerous discoveries and advancements across various scientific disciplines. Perhaps a way to proceed will be to say that naturalism, so conceived, is the view that there is no such person as the God of theism or anything like God, by 2002. Call this Naturalism 1. Another variety of naturalism, which is scientific naturalism, we might call it, will be the claim that there are no entities beside those endorsed by contemporary science. Cambridge, 1994. Given that current science endorses no supernatural beings, scientific naturalism implies naturalism 1. There's also what we might call epistemological naturalism, according to which, roughly speaking, science methods are the only proper epistemic methods. That's Krikorian, 1944. With the help of a couple of reasonably obvious premises, epistemological naturalism also implies naturalism 1, and naturalism refers to the disjunction of the 3 versions of naturalism sketched. Advocates of naturalism, thus conceived, will be, for example, let's see, for example, Bertrand Russell in 1957, Daniel Dennett, 1995, Richard Dawkins, 1986, David Armstrong, 1978, and many others who are sometimes said to endorse the scientific worldview. Naturalism is presumably not a religion, presumably not a religion, in one fundamental respect. However, it resembles religion. It can be said to perform the cognitive function of a religion, like a typical religion. Naturalism gives a set of answers to these and similar questions. We may therefore say that naturalism performs the cognitive function of religion and hence can sensibly be thought of as quasi-religion. Many thinkers, going back at least to Nietzsche 2003 and possibly William Whewell, which is Scottish 1986 or so, have pointed to a potentially problematic implication of evolutionary theory. The worry can put as follows. Do you remember the evolutionary theory? Okay, let the worry, we can put the worry like this. According to orthodox Darwinism, evolution is driven mainly by two mechanisms: random genetic mutation and natural selection. That's according to Darwinism. The former, which is the genetic mutation, is the chief source of genetic variability. By the latter, which is the natural selection, a mutation resulting in a heritable fitness enhancing trait is likely to spread through that population and be preserved as part of the genome. It is fitness enhancing behavior and traits that get rewarded by natural selection. What gets penalized are maladaptive traits and behaviors. In crafting and cognitive faculties, natural selection will favor cognitive faculties and processes that result in adaptive behavior. It cares not about true belief or about cognitive faculties that reliably give rise to the true belief. As evolutionary psychologist Donald Slogan-Wilson puts it, the well-adapted mind is ultimately an organ of survival and reproduction. Let me quote again, Donald Slogan-Wilson. The well-adapted mind is ultimately an organ of survival and reproduction. Wilson 2002, if you check page 228. What our minds are for, if anything, is not the production of true beliefs, but the production of adaptive behavior that our species has survived and evolved at most guarantees that our behavior is adaptive. It does not guarantee or even make it likely that our belief-producing processes are for the most part reliable, or that our beliefs are for the most part actual. That is because our behavior could perfectly well be adaptive, but our belief can be false as often as accurate. Darwin himself worried about this question. With me, says Darwin, The hoary doubt always arises whether the convictions of man's mind, which has been developed from the mind of the lower animals, are of any value or are all trustworthy. That's Darwin's statement. Or people talk about evolution. My mind, my own mind, my own belief comes directly from God, my creator, because I did not develop from lower animals. Will anyone trust in the convictions of monkey's mind, if there are any convictions in such a mind? Darwin, 1887. Because if you're saying that human species have evolved or emerged from monkey, that they have, I don't know why we are still having monkeys around, honestly, I don't know. Because all monkeys will have turned to human beings there. So we can briefly state Darwin's doubt as follows. Let R be the proposition that our cognitive faculties are reliable, and the proposition that naturalism is accurate, and E, the proposition that we and our cognitive faculties have come to be by way of the processes to which contemporary evolutionary theory points us. What is the conditional probability of R on N and E? Ponder. If you're a naturalist, ponder on that question. If you're not naturally atheistic, ponder. What is P? And then in bracket R/N and E. Darwin fears it may be relatively low. Honestly, this is an interesting one, naturalism and science. This is part one. Definitely. I'm continuing next Tuesday, the teaching on naturalism and science. This is part one. It's kind of just introductory to what we are talking about. So as you join me on Friday for a very, very essential, germane Friday tonic. Also, let's continue on Tuesday for this naturalism and science. I wish you a blessed week. Please subscribe to this channel. I need you to subscribe, and when you have subscribed, I need you to do too. And don't forget, my name is Josephine. I'm the online educator. I hold a doctoral degree in theological studies, precisely philosophy of religion and theology. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Thank you.